Man, we had a nasty, disgusting varmint out in Houston that decided to, yeah, he was out in Houston, Texas, man, that worked at a restaurant called Culture. You know what I mean? This dude happened to be black on top of that. That's what make it even more disgusting and disturbing to me. You know what I mean? But this dude was sticking his genitals inside of pudding, inside of jello, inside of people's food before serving it to him. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm a picky eater already as it is. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm kind of choosy on what I eat. You know what I mean? I'm kind of picky on who cook it. You know what I mean? Like I'm looking you over. I'm making sure everything is everything. You know what I mean? If I see something about you that I don't like, I'm not gonna eat your cooking. Period. You know what I mean? One nasty thing that might come across to me about you, I'm not gonna eat your cooking. You know what I mean? So just imagine having that type of anxiety when you go out to a restaurant or a public place. You know what I mean? And you know, you already don't know these people. You know what I'm saying? You don't know where they come from. You know what I mean? What type of upbringing they had. You know what I mean? But here it is. Um, they're being hired into these establishments from all walks of life, and we don't know what their history is as far as their cleanliness. We don't know if they was raised in a barn or in a loving, warm, clean upbringing. You know what I mean? We don't know this. We never know this until we actually see these people live in the flesh, in person. You know what I'm saying? See what they capable of. You know what I mean? See how many times they wash their hands. See how many times they do the little nose scratch thing. You know what I'm saying? The butt scratch thing. The under the armpit scratch thing. You know what I'm saying? The hair scratch thing. Whatever scratch thing. I'm looking for all that. I'm looking for how many other things that they touch. If I can see it, that's what I'm looking for. I'm sitting at the table waiting on my food to come, but I'm looking at everything. You know what I'm saying? Then I'm looking around the establishment to see how clean it is out there. You know what I'm saying? How often the waitresses or waiters is wiping down the tables and making sure everything is attended to and clean. Even when we pull up, I'm looking at the parking lot. I'm looking at the front, the side, the back. You know what I mean? I'm looking at everything. I'm taking everything into account because I'm not just thinking for that moment on if I'm gonna want to deal with you. I'm thinking on you're all right. I don't like having to go from place to place. I want to plant my pole and be able to come where I know I'm gonna be taken care of. I don't have to question or worry about if these people is clean or if I'm gonna get sick after I consume whatever it is I come to your establishment to get to put inside my body. You got to remember what's being put inside the body, what we consume is important, man. You know what I mean? And we placing faith in a lot of people's hands that work inside of these establishments that we entrust to be clean, to make sure that we're going to be taken care of. So anytime that insecurity is broken by somebody that does the most disgusting, foul, vile thing that you can do, working in a public establishment where people got to consume things, is crazy to me. You know what I mean? It's human beings out there that is that evil and that dark and that disgusting where they would actually do something like that. And this guy is claiming that he done this thing for sexual gratification. What type of sex he does it for sexual gratification, right? But he does not ejaculate into the food. I guess he gets off on just knowing that he was able to put his penis inside your food and watch you eat it. I'm only assuming that, right? Because what other gratification sexually do you get if you don't ejaculate? It makes no sense. You know what I mean? You just got to be a dark, evil, demented person to do something like that to somebody else's food and think that it's cool and think that it's actually like understandable because it's not understandable. I would never understand nothing like that. I think it's the most weirdest thing that I've ever seen anybody do. You know what I mean? And it kind of makes people shell shock. I know it would make me shell shock to go out anywhere and eat. You know what I'm saying? And I can't see you cooking it. I can't see you making it or none of that. I never see you wash your hands. None of that. But I got to entrust that you're actually, you know what I'm saying, taking care of business like you're supposed to, and not sticking your penis, you know, or vagina or butt or whatever inside of my food that I plan on consuming. That's disgusting, man. That's disgusting. You got to be wired completely different. You know what I mean? To be able to do something like that, you know, and think and just go throughout your day like it's normal, like it's something to do. I would never understand that. I think that's absolutely disgusting. You know what I mean? And I would definitely be completely shell shocked to eat at any establishment after knowing that people do that type of thing. And also, you got to be careful on when you do go out, making these people mad that you are going to eventually entrust them to cook your food. You can't go into the establishment and get into it with them and then want them to cook your food and think they're not going to be sticking their nuts in your salad. Like, come on, man. You know what I mean? I tell people that all the time. Do not piss off the people that's going to be cooking for you. You know what I mean? If we go somewhere together, man, and you just so happen to get into it with them people, guess what? I'm not, and our food ain't came yet. I'm not eating. Period. I'm out of there. I'm not. You know, I'm not. It's not gonna happen, man. You know what I mean? We see, you know, with stories like this dude out in Houston. You know what I mean? Sticking his genitals into people's food. It's disgusting. You feel me? But that's my reaction to this disgusting thing that's in the headlines right now and that's been getting some traction because of how disgusting it is and how foul everybody across the world see this. You know, people eat out every day. You know what I mean? So it's just disgusting, man. But that's my reaction to this. Do Rock Creep Swang Low podcast show. You know what I'm saying? It's the round table where we kick it. Triple game.